Yo, RX back with another recap of UFC London 2025, Brady versus Edwards. We back with another recap of a card that was not good. Really not good. Probably the worst London card we've got post-pandemic, unless I'm forgetting something. But it feels like it was the worst. Only 4 finishes on the card, all submissions. The fights that were not finishes were boring. Fucking, like, compare this to, like, the first London card post-pandemic with Aspinall and Volkov. One of the best cards of that year. Aspinall and Tybura. That was okay from what I remember. Aspinall and Blades, minus that main event injury, it was not bad. The pay-per-views suck. The London pay-per-views are terrible. But this was a fight night, and those are usually good, but this was not. This was pretty bad, and I'm not looking forward to talking. Especially since I already made this video, but it got fucking corrupted and I had to redo it. So I'm sick and tired of talking about this card, and that's why this is gonna be a shorter recap. Because A, recaps are a bitch to make, because either Saturday night or Sunday, or during the day on Sunday, and B, you know what happened. I'm just giving my opinion on it. I don't need to make it an hour. So maybe this will do better. Maybe this will do better views wise. Maybe y'all like this more. If you want me to go back to the longer recaps, I might. But we'll see how this does. If this seems like it'll be easier, it should be shorter. It should only be like maybe 30, 40-ish minutes around that part mark instead of an hour and a half. And it might just be how recaps are at this point. Shorter, quick little things to give out my opinion on what happened. That's that. So if y'all like that more, I'll keep doing it like this. If y'all like the longer recaps more, I'll go back to that. Give it a few weeks. We got a few more cards in a row. So we'll see. By the time we hit the break in between 314 and the Cleo Hill card, we'll see how we're feeling about this type of recap. Capiche? Capiche. Sorry I'm getting this out pretty late. You know, I just told you why. So let's not waste any more time. Let's talk about this shitty card one more time, because, you know, it's so good. Gotta talk about it twice. And let's head back to the UK to see what happened one more time before we move on from this card. So, before I do, please like, comment, subscribe. 100 subs goal by the end of 2025. 72 subs at the moment. Can't we keep growing, baby? Please, it'd be nice. I'll record this video twice for y'all, so I think I have earned a sub. Not because I haven't earned anything, so I don't like to earn shit. I want to, if you want a sub. If you don't. So I'll look at it. So, but enough rambling. I want to get this over with because I've already recorded this once, and it was an hour and a half. So let's get into this quicker, more abbreviated recap. I'm still gonna talk about the fights like I normally would, just quicker. So, ready? I know I am. 13 fights, UFC London. One more time, I'm gonna record this fucking thing. Let's do it. You ready? I know I am. Let's do it. 13 fights in total. We did not lose anything on weigh-in day. Everyone made weight, so the card I broke down is the same card I'm recapping, so let's get right into it. And we began in the lightweight division with a fight that did not go as anyone expected, as we began the night with Kauê Fernandes versus Guram Kutateladze. Long story short about this fight, Kauê beat the shit out of him for 15 minutes. It was not close or competitive at all. Guram had nothing for him on the feet. He got chopped down like a tree and got beat up with the fists also. He got taken down, I think, twice. He got completely embarrassed here. It was not competitive. It was not close. It was almost embarrassing to watch. Thank God I didn't make it my lock of the night. Fuck, thank God I picked Lonnie. Embarrassing performance from Guram. Really expected a better from him here, because this fight was just meant to be a win for him. They booked this fight just to give him a win, because look at the names he's fought, and then look at Kauê Fernandes. On paper, this was fucking stupid. It was a step down and a layup. Dude, he was a lock of the night option. He was minus 380. He had Hamzat and the Tybura brothers in his fucking corner, and he got fucking annihilated. So, a fucking pitiful fucking performance from Guram against a guy who, before the fight, did not seem to be very good. Now I guess he is. So, we learned today, and Guram learned today, that he ain't good. And Kauê is very good, apparently. So, good fight to begin the night. Nothing amazing about it. It was the reason it looks, I call it a decent fight, because compared to the rest of prelims, it was not awful. Maybe second or third best prelim. Is how I would look at it. It was not. It was on any normal good card. This would be a footnote that no one talks about. But on a card that's not good, it's a big talking point because everything else around it fucking sucked. So, decent fight to begin the night. This lightweight is fucking expected to be a decent fight. And, yeah, a big upset to begin the night. One of, I would say, probably two, I would say. Two of the big upsets on the night. So, good fight to begin the night. Nothing crazy, but it was alright. Now I'll talk about the fighters real quick, because I don't got much to say. For Kauê, good win. I guess this guy's actually good. He didn't look it. Before this fight. Against Mark Diakasiev, he looked okay. He probably could have won that fight on a lot of scorecards. And then you beat up Muhammad Yahya, who is awful. But he gets a ginormous step up in competition against Guram Kutateladze, and he looks phenomenal. So, he might be a prospect at 155, man. He's 30 years old. Happy birthday week to him. It was his birthday a few days ago. And what a present, beating Guram Kutateladze, the ginormous underdog, to get your second UFC win and really put yourself into a good position in the division. Impressive, man, and very impressive. He could be a prospect. I'm not gonna call him one yet. I'm not gonna put him in the category of Joel Alvarez, Mateus Rambecki, Mick Tebek-Robai, Rebovic, Zoe Huber, Chase Hooper, etc. But he's like right on the edge of that. Like, he's not far from joining that club. One more good win against someone decent, you could really throw him in there, because he has good striking. His kicks are amazing. His ground game seems to be alright. He could be a good prospect at 155, so we'll see how far Kauê can really go. So, he might become a prospect. A win here against Guram, impressive. He looked great, too. Who didn't look great was, sorry, I was probably loud, Guram Kutateladze. He's terrible. I told y'all before the fight, I never really fell for his hype. Because he should probably be 0-4 in the UFC going into this fight, because if Jordan was on a full camp, he would have lost that fight. And Gamrot beat him. He should be 0-5. He's not good. You had Hamzat and the Tybura brothers in your corner, and you got 30-27. You fucking suck. Like, this just shows, I don't know what the UFC's love is for bringing in fighters' friends. Hamzat got Guram. Izzy's had a few. The Diaz brothers had a few. Robert Whittaker has Jacob Malkoun. Like, why do these fighters get their friends in the UFC? They're not good. They're not going to be as good as their friends. It's that simple. They're not as good as their friends. Guram's a prime example. You could be friends with the Tybura brothers and Hamzat Chimaev. You can't fucking lace their gloves, you fuck. You fucking suck. I told people, I'm not high on him. Yes, I know I called you a lock of the night option. I know, blah, 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 blah. That's because I still had a little faith. You're fighting Kauê Fernandes. You should win this fight. And you go out and look like that? Pitiful. Fucking pitiful. Pathetic. And we won't see you again until 2026. Is that right? Fucking bum. To end this first fight, let's talk about the fight idea for each guy, because I do have one for each. For Kauê Fernandes, it's a rebooking. Let's have him get rebooked with Jared Gordon. I think it makes a lot of sense. before this fight didn't make a lot of sense, but now with Kauê coming off that win against Guram, I think this makes sense. It would be a decent fight. It's meant to happen a few weeks ago on the Cannonier Rodriguez card. Kauê had to pull out for, I think, visa issues, and now he's back, and now he got to come back and already get a win. Jared Gordon's ready for a fight whenever. Book it. I think is a perfect fight for Kauê because he's not entered the territory of fighting a guy like Fervola, Rombecki, Diego Fieta, but he's not. It makes no sense for him to fight Claudio Puelles and fucking I don't fucking know, João Quinn Silva. So he's right in that middle territory. Like, he's top 30 or 35 now in the division. He's not fighting guys in the top 20, 25, you get it? So I think it makes sense to rebook this fight. The UFC wanted to do this fight, so let's try it again. Put it in a few months. Cool fight night fight. Book it. Pretty simple. And then for Guram Kutateladze, I think a perfect fight for him, and for both guys in the fight, and this idea, in English for fuck's sake. I think, let me say that sentence one more time. I think this fight is perfect for both guys in it because they both only fight one time a year, and that's Guram versus Mike Davis. Two of the most inactive guys in the division, two people y'all have hyped up to the moon when they both suck. Let's see it. Guram, Mike Davis, these two won't fight again until 2026 anyway. Book it. Pretty fucking simple fight. So, pretty simple stuff there. I already know every fight idea I'm gonna say because I already fucking recorded this once, and I just tweeted out the fight ideas not that long ago. So, yeah. I already know what I'm gonna say, so that's why that was quicker than usual. So besides that, not very much else to say. Decent fight to begin the night. Maybe the second or third best prelim, which that's not saying a lot because the card was fucking awful. And who should they fight next? I like Kauê Fernandes versus Jared Gordon. Get that rebooked, it'd make a lot of sense. And I like Guram Kutateladze versus Mike Davis. Both guys are super inactive. They won't fight again until 2026 anyway. Perfect. Besides that, not very much to say. Decent fight, great one for Kauê Fernandes. The kid made himself look like a prospect to keep an eye on here. See if he can follow it up with another win. Decent fight to begin the night. I want to see Kauê get rebooked with the Flash Gordon. After that, we hit the streak of fights I'm going to run through pretty quickly because you don't care, nor do I care about these fights, and they were shitty. And we will begin with what fight I predicted to be shitty, and it was not much better than I thought it would be. Still not the worst prelim. I'd say it wasn't much better than the worst prelims though. And then our second fight of the night in the bantamweight division, we head to a low-level affair between Caolán Loughran versus Nathan Fletcher. The rare, bad, forgettable fight at bantamweight. Long story short, it was a 1-1 fight going into third. Caolán had a good round 1, kind of ragdolling Nathan. Nathan had a good round 2, keeping Caolán off him. And in round 3, Caolán was able to do what he did in round 1, not as successfully, but still enough to win that round, in my opinion, and he did get the split decision. I think the judges got this right. The only reason you would give Nathan round 3 is because he had a nice little flurry at the end of the round. Besides that, I think they got this right. I think Caolán won the first and third. Close. I wish they gave it to Nathan since he was my goddamn pick and I needed as many I could fucking get on this card. But I'm not gonna lie and say I thought Nathan won this fight. I don't think he won this fight. I gave it to Caolán. But at the end of the day, do I give a shit, really? No, they both suck and they're gonna lose their next fight. Caolán's not ready for a step up in competition. He's not good at all. And Nathan might win his next fight because he's going to get a step down in competition, which is saying a lot that you can get a step down from Caolán Loughran. So, it says a lot that you need a step down from that. So, I don't know, not much to say. Don't care who they fight next. Don't care about these guys in general. Shitty Cage Warriors fight. Cage Warriors probably doesn't even want these two. And, yeah, shitty fight. Don't care. I think the judges got it right, and next. Oh, fucking hell. Speaking of judges or referees now not getting something right, this part they didn't get right. let's get this over with. Third fight of the night, our only finish of the prelims, even though it should have been a knockout, not a submission, as we had a third fight in the strawweight division. Shauna Bannon versus Puja Tomar. Long story short, round one, Shauna wasted a round just throwing her stupid little teep kicks, and Puja so tiny she couldn't even get on the inside and stop them. So that was round one. Round two, much the same until Puja landed a beautiful head kick to drop Shauna. Should have been a finish because she was out fucking cold, but the referee was making an Uber Eats order instead of reffing, and Shauna was able to survive, throw up an armbar, and win. Complete bullshit is all I can say. Awful reffing. The referee was on his fucking phone instead of doing his job. Puja won this fight by knockout. We all fucking know it. We all fucking saw it happen. And I don't care if people saying, oh, but she was kicking Shauna in the fucking pussy. Stop throwing your fucking leg up, stupid. You wanna know why a lot of fighters don't get kicked in the nuts or in the fucking pussy? Because they don't have their leg up in the air every 5 seconds. Fight! Fists! You got gloves on your fist for a reason, you dumb bitch. So, stop bitching to the ref and fight. But, whatever, the ref wouldn't listen anyway if you did bitch to him, so, whatever. Shitty fight, shitty fighters, don't care who they fight next. Puja got robbed. Fuck that referee. Next. Oh, fucking hell. Our fourth fight of the prelims, heading up all the way to middleweight. Why do I gotta talk about this fight again? As in our fourth fight of the night, the second to the worst prelim of the card. Yeah, the more I thought about this was the worst. As we have at middleweight, Christian, Leroy, Duncan versus Andrey, Pulyaev, whatever. Not gonna waste your time. For 15 minutes, Pulyaev just ran away to the cage, rubbed his back against it, and lost. He threw barely any strikes. He got completely dominated, and he didn't even try and fight back. So, good win for COD against another tomato can, who didn't even want to fight him. Pulyaev was more focused on rubbing his fucking back on the cage instead of fighting. You're fucking ginormous, you're a ginormous fighter, and you want to rub your goddamn spine on the cage instead of fight. Good job, dickhead. Fuck you. Bad pick by me. I'll take my L here. It was a stupid pick, even though I thought the guy who I saw in Contender Series looked really good was gonna actually show up and fight, but my fucking bad. COD still sucks. Pulyaev either... I don't know what the fuck happened. He showed up for a paycheck. Fuck and bullshit. I think Pulyaev probably should move up to light heavyweight, get some meat on his goddamn bones. The dude's 6'4", and he looks fucking anorexic at goddamn middleweight, so maybe, like, move up. And, yeah, shitty fight. I stand by my point that COD is a can crusher, because he is. And Pulyaev kind of is a can. Like, who has COD beat? A bunch of tomato cans. Every time he gets to step up in competition, he fucking loses. Or when he even doesn't, he loses to Armin Petrosian. So what do you want me to say? This guy's not good. He's not proven anything that he is close to good. And he's a can crusher. So that's a long story short on that. Pulyaev either show up to fight next time or move up to light heavyweight. Stop looking for a paycheck, prick. The last thing I will say for CLD is who should he fight next? I think the fight that makes the most sense for him, and a fight I would not mind to see, is him and Andrey Petroski. I think it makes most sense. I saw a lot of people say CLD should fight Charbullet. I like Edmund and Charbullet more. And outside of Petroski or Charbullet, who the fuck would CLD fight? Bruno Ferreira? Don't love it, don't hate it. Chris Curtis? Don't love it, don't hate it. Jacob Malkoun, Cesar Almeida, Sultan Ruziboyev. Yeah, those might be more fun fights, but I think Petroski would make the most sense. So, do you book it? COD has avoided fighting grapplers. So let's see if he can actually grapple. So, Petroski, COD, book it. Sounds good to me. Cool prelim for the fucking card in England later in the year. Pay-per-view in England during the summer, so there you go. Only thing left to say, shitty fight. That's the only thing I can think left to say. So, yeah, not a lot more to say about this fight. Boring. COD still sucks. Pulyaev showed up for a paycheck and I guess had an itchy goddamn back. And who should COD fight next? Him and Andrey Petrosky feels like a fine fight. Sounds like a fine fight. Whatever terminology you want to use, that's what I would do. COD, Andrey Petrosky, book it. Next. Now we get back to legitimate fights. Even this one was not that great, but it's in contention for the second best prelim. I would try to say it's the third, but not. Who cares? You're fighting for the crown of the best on top of a shit prelim, so good for you. As we head into our fifth prelim of the night in the heavyweight division. Yeah, this fight should not have been on the main card. I'll say I was wrong there, but it was still a pretty big fight for the division, as we had Marcin Tybura versus Mick Parkin. Oh my god, a fight that wasn't completely dreadful. I'll love to see it. Another fight with a lot of debate around a decision. There's a few on this card, and this one is another one. I think they got it right. I scored it the same way the judges did. I think Tybura stole round 1 late with the takedown. Parkin took round 2. I think those are kind of clear. It all comes down to round 3, which was a close round. Parkin landed a few nice shots, but I think Tybura overall did enough to take the round. He landed some shots, got some control time, even a takedown in there, I think. And I think Tybura did enough to win the fight. I get giving it to Parkin, but it doesn't feel like Parkin won the fight. And trust me, I wanted Parkin to win the fight. It's better for the division. But you gotta look better than that against Marcin Tybura, who's not known for being very skilled or good, because he's not. So you gotta look better than that, Parkin, and he just didn't. He doesn't fight like if he goes 15 minutes, it's not gonna be a domination. He doesn't dominate. He does enough to win, and Parkin just did not do enough here, in my opinion. So the veteran took the prospect's O. Another undefeated fighter took an O. Nothing new in 2025. And yeah, I'm not upset. I think the judges got it right. So good job, judges. I'll give you your flowers when they are due. You're not doing awful tonight. So but trust me, I'll come for your heads very soon. So be careful. Overall, good win for Tybura. Still staying alive somehow in this division, even though he's not good, and he's 40 almost. And for Mick Parkin, so, yeah, I think the judges got it right, and that's about what I can say about that. To talk about the fighters real quick, because I don't got a lot to say. For Marcin, he looked fine. He looked like Marcin Tybura. You're never going to be impressed with him. And he took another prospect's O. What do they do with him next? We'll see. Is he making another run? Which I found that funny when the commentators said that, like, cause they said, oh, Tybura wants to make another run. When did he make one before? When he beat 5 tomato cans in a row? And lost and got embarrassed by Volkov? Like, he's never had a run. He's beat bad fighters. This is a better winning streak than that 5-fight winning streak he had. So, he's 40 years old. He's short for the division. He's very beatable. He's not very good. What? I don't know what you want me to say. He's not good. He's never had a run for a reason. He's not good. Every time he steps up to fight a top guy, he loses. Yeah, he doesn't even have to fight a top guy half the goddamn time. So, he's been doing the same thing for 10 years in the goddamn UFC now. We know the fighter he is. He's not gonna make a fucking run. He's going to get beat in his next fight by someone better than him. Because a lot of guys are better than him. Parkin almost beat him. So he's not making a goddamn run. He's a waste of a ranking. The division is so bad, this dickhead has been ranked for 10 years. So, what do you want me to say? to talk about Parkin, another guy who's ranked, that's how bad the division is. He's not fraud checked. I'm not going to use that term. He did not get fraud checked because he did almost win this fight. It was very debatable. A lot of people would say he did win this fight. You gotta look better though. Every time you have these decision fights, it's always close. The Kyle Machado fight was close. You just have to look better. You gotta be more active. You gotta do something that swings the fight your way, because what he's been doing is barely winning in fights. So, and it's funny that he trains Tom Aspinall when he's the complete opposite of Aspinall. He does not have power. He does not have good, crisp striking. He's not fast. He does not have a great ground game. He's everything Aspinall is not, and that's why Aspinall climbed to the top of the division, and Parkin is not beating Tybura. So, I think Mick will bounce back. He'll beat some unranked dude like Vulture Walker or Dontel Mays and get back on track, because he's still better than a lot of guys in this division, but heavyweight did just lose their best heavyweight prospect, so he'll bounce back though. He'll bounce back. Fucking Christ. Only thing I have to say is who should they fight next, and I don't have a fight idea here because I just want to make a point. I don't know who the fuck Tybura fights, because Pavlovich should fight Searle, Volkov should fight Jai Altan. If Blades wasn't doing that stupid Rizvan Kuniev fight, that'd be the fight. But he's doing that stupid Rizvan Kuniev fight for no reason, and that's why it's just not fucking happening. So, if Blades wasn't booked, I would say Tybura, Blades, and no duh. But outside of that, Gon, Pavlovich, Volkov, Almeida, that's 4 options there. He's already fought Spivak twice, and he's booked against Gaziev. The only thing that I can even make a small debate for is him and Derek Lewis rematching, but who the fuck wants to waste a Derek Lewis fight on beating Marcin Tybura again? So, maybe they do that, but even that, I think there's better fights out there for Derek Lewis than beating Marcin Tybura again. So, I say just wait and see what happens with heavyweights. Something's gonna open up. I would rather see Derek Lewis fight someone else. I'd rather see Derek Lewis fight Waldo Cortez Acosta than rematch Tybura, if I'm being honest. I'd rather see Derek fight Kennedy, Talashin, or Waldo before he rematches Tybura. So, plus Tybura probably wants to fight up the division anyway. Too bad there's no one to fucking fight. So, good luck with that, buddy. Oh my, I got a fucking headache talking about this card again. So yeah, if you want to do Derek Lewis and Marcin Tybura rematch, sure. But outside of that, I'm not saying what the fuck you do, so. Again, more importantly, who gives a fuck? But if you want to run this rematch back from a few years ago, do it. I don't see the point. I think there's better fights for Derek Lewis, so. Whatever. Whatever. Not much. And Parkin will fight someone outside the top 15. Simple. Outside of that, not really much else to say. Not an awful fight, but barely passable. And, about the nicest thing I could say about the fight. I think the judges got it right. I think Tybura did win this fight. Parkin did not do enough to steal the fight. And, not really sure what you do with either of these guys. Tybura, best option would be Derek Lewis, and I don't know they're gonna do. I don't think they're gonna run that rematch, but they might. And for Mick Parkin, we'll see. We'll see. So, long story short, we'll see. Heavyweight, fucking heavyweight. Now, it's funny, we moved to from the heaviest to the smallest, to the fly guys who put on the best prelim. I wonder why they're not fat blobs who can't fight. As we go to our co-main event of the prelims, with a fight that was actually enjoyable and decent between Lonnie Kavanagh versus Felipe dos Santos. Hey, my lock of the night hit. I'm happy about that. Lonnie kept his undefeated record. Happy about that. And they actually had a good fight. Very happy about that. Because goddamn, these prelims needed a good fight. Because this was easily the best one. Nothing else was good. So, thank God for these two. Another fight that's not hard to break down, or recap, not like I would go in that much depth anyway, because, I'm not trying to take forever on this bullshit. Round 1, Felipe had a really good round, stealing the round, beating up Lonnie pretty good, cut him open pretty badly on top of the head, rocked him a few times, had a good round. And then Lonnie came out in round 2 and pissed off and just started mauling Felipe for the next 10 minutes, en route to a 29-28 decision win for Lonnie Kavanagh. Yeah, don't piss off Lonnie Kavanagh, because this kid is fucking scary. He's good. He's good, and he took it to Felipe. Felipe did better than I expected, but he still got his ass beat for 10 minutes. So, you did better than I expected, but you didn't do much better. You still got your fucking ass handed to you on a silver platter for 10 minutes. So, it was vicious to watch at times. He took Felipe down and just beat the shit out of him badly. So, good fucking performance by Lonnie Kavanagh, showing he can come back from adversity, even though he did kind of do that in his debut against Jose. But he really did it here. Got cut open badly, got cracked a few times, but he was able to turn that around, come out for round 2 and just a different fighter and beat the shit out of Felipe. So, good shit, Lonnie. Very good shit, and he didn't piss me off by choking as my lock of the night. So, thank you. I think I'm up by 2 wins now on my lock of the nights. So, main events I'm not great on, even though I don't keep track of that shit. Lock of the night, I did a really good job, so I'll take it. I'm happy about that. Outside of that, not very much else to say about the fight. It was a good fight. If you want to rewatch a prelim from this card, this is the one you pick. And not very much else to say outside of that. Next, let's talk about the fighters real quick. Don't really got anything new to say since the breakdown. Lonnie, very good prospect, looked very good here, looked well-rounded. Striking looked good, cardio looked great, ground game looked good, ground and pound looked amazing. Durability, fucking heart, adversity taking, he looked good, man. 25 years old, 9-0. If he fights like once or twice, 2 more times this year, he could easily be in top 15 conversations. And good luck beating this guy 125. He's well-rounded. He's very good, and he's gonna be one of them ones. I feel, man. He's gonna be good. He's alive. If you're hearing his name more and more over these next few years, I feel maybe you never know. He could fall off a goddamn cliff, Darren Till style. But more than likely, he won't. And Flyweight has a ginormous problem on their hands. And then for Felipe Daytona, he's just not that good. Like, the Manel Cop fight put such a bad aura on him that he could not live up to, and ever since, he's not lived up to it. He should have lost to Victor Altamirano, he lost to Andrey Lima, and he lost to Lonnie. The last 2 are not bad losses, and funny enough, I think he looked the best in a Lonnie fight. Victor, he didn't look good against. He got mauled by Andrey Lima. So that Cop fight, who Manel Cop is super overrated and not that good, and plus he probably didn't even try in that fight, because he's a fucking dipshit, kind of put this bad fucking expectation on Felipe that he's not been able to live up to since that point. So, it sucks, because the kid is only 24 years old, but he might be getting cut sooner than later. If he gets cut, it might be the best thing for him, because he is 24 years old. Get out of the UFC, get some more experience, maybe come back when you're 28, around that age, and see what happens. Or go back to the gym, heal up, and get one more chance. We'll see if the kid performs his best when his back's against the wall. Only one way to find out. We'll see what the UFC does with him. Besides that, the only thing left to say is who should Loughran fight next. The fight idea I have for him is a good one. It's a logical one, not some giant jump up to top 15, because that would be fucking stupid. I think it makes sense for him to fight Jesus Aguilar. It's either Aguilar or it's at Maxim, and I think Aguilar makes a lot more sense. Jesus fights all the prospects. Lonnie's a good prospect. Jesus is a good test. Lonnie should win that one. Win that, then he can jump up to the category of the guys right outside the top 15, like your Durdans and Estevans and Charles Johnsons. Well, I know he's ranked, but still, and go from there. So, I think 2 more wins this year. If one of those it's Jesus Aguilar, and then 1 more at the end of the year, he could be talking top 15 sooner than we think. So, yeah, let's do it. Lonnie Kavanagh, Jesus Aguilar. Sounds a good fight to me. Sounds like a good step up in competition for Lonnie. Book it. Probably for the London pay-per-view over the summer. Outside of that, not very much else to say. Great win for Lonnie Kavanagh. Thank you for not fucking up as my lock of the night. Unlike Guram Kutateladze, that's why I did not pick him. And, yeah, good win for Lonnie. I think he should fight Jesus Aguilar next. I think that would make the most sense. He should win that one as well. Just get more experience under his belt. And, yeah, see how far this kid can go. Good fight, boys. We'll see what they do with Felipe. But I know for Lonnie, that kid might have a really bright future. And now, for the feature prelim judges. This is where I bring back my point from earlier of calling y'all fucking morons. As in our featured prelim in the lightweight division, we had a pretty bad and then a debatable decision on top of that fight between Chris Padilla versus Jai Herbert. Yeah, this fight was awful. This was a little bit better version of the COD fight. Long story short, in round 1, I think, was that the round I gave Taco for? Yeah. I think Taco had a good round. I think that was his best round of the fight. Got some good. He didn't do a lot, but he did more than Jai at bare minimum. And I think he was able to take that round. But then for the next 10 minutes, I think Jai Herbert was the better fighter. I thought he landed the better strikes because he actually was throwing strikes. And for the next 10 minutes, I thought he won this fight. I think the judges really got this wrong. Again, you all know how much I was hyping up Taco. I hyped him up on Twitter, hyped him up here. I thought he was going to be one of the prospects at 155, but he shit the bed here. He looked awful. He just didn't fight. His main game plan was cuddle you on the cage, and that shit did not work against Jai. Like, he didn't do anything. And I think is how I would describe this fight. He didn't do anything. And it's annoying to watch a guy who we've seen have a lot of talent do nothing against Jai Herbert. So, I don't think Taco won this fight. I think he lost this fight. And I think the judges kind of robbed Jai Herbert. I'll rewatch it, but it does not feel like Taco won this fight. So, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Besides that, I don't really have much else to say. Not giving him a fight idea. But I don't think he won the fight. And I don't know what they're going to do anyway, because they might not even think Taco won the fight. So, weird fight. It's a pretty bad fight. Neither guy did a lot. And overall, not really a lot to say. I don't think Taco Padilla won this fight. I think Jai Herbert got robbed, which I kind of feel bad for him. And I'm really disappointed in Padilla. Like, him and Pulyaev, man, 2 dudes who just really wanted to disappoint me today, and they did. They truly fucking did. So, Taco fucking disappointed me even more than Pulyaev, because I know Taco is good. But he just he didn't do anything. That's the way that's all I can say. He didn't fucking do anything. So, hopefully in the next fight he shows up to fights and looks like the guy we saw before, but if he looks like this again, he's not going to win. And then Jai Herbert should have won. So, terrible fight. Feel bad for Jai Herbert. And Taco, disappointed, man. Disappointed. You get the biggest stage of your career and you do fuck nothing. Shit the bed, man. Shaking my head. Man, you really just did fucking nothing. Whatever. That's all I gotta say about that fight. And that's all I gotta say about the prelims. They were terrible. Outside the Lonnie Kavanagh fight, they were terrible. Cause what else is there? Like, that was okay. Probably the second best prelim. Crap. It happened. It wasn't awful. Really good. Crap. So, I don't know what you want me to say. 1.5 fights were passable. 1 was barely passable, and the other 4 sucked. What do you want me to say? So, I don't know. But whatever. pretty awful prelims. Does the main card make up for it? Yes and no. More no than yes, but we'll talk about that when we get to the end of the video. First, we gotta actually go through the main card real quick and recap it, so let's do just that. As we begin in the featherweight division with the fight on the card that I thought looked the best, you ready to start the main card recap? I know how I am, and we'd start that part of the recap with Nathaniel Wood versus Morgan Charrière. I guess disappointment is the word of the day, because goddamn, this fight was disappointing as fuck. Round 1 was fun when Nathaniel Wood dropped Morgan Charrière, because that was unexpected and cool. But since then, no. Well, not since then. After that, everything sucked. Like, nothing fucking happened. Like, after Nathaniel dropped Morgan, he just laid on him for the rest of the round, and then for 2 more rounds, Nathaniel Wood kind of beat him up. I think Morgan Charrière won round 3. I pressed the wrong buttons on verdict. But even with that, who cares? You still lost the first 2 rounds, clearly. So, just a really disappointing fight. It should have been better. Like, and these are 2 great fighters, but they just had a really forgettable fight here, and I'm very disappointed, to be honest. Again, I guess that's just the word of the goddamn day for some reason, so not really sure what you want me to say. Outside of that, outside of the knockdown by Nathaniel Wood, you could just turn the fight off. You didn't miss anything. Nothing else happened. So, disappointing. And they were striking. So, you did nothing on the feet. Disappointing. To talk about Nathaniel, not a lot to say. The dude's a decision machine. He's really fucking good. Don't get me wrong, he's a great fighter. But he's such a fucking decision machine, man. He just doesn't do anything. Like, he does the bare minimum to win. He's not a finisher. He can't get finishes. He only has 3 in the UFC, and they were 10 years ago. In his first 3 UFC fights, so this dude's not a finisher. He's a decision machine. I'm shocked he knocked out Morgan Charrière. That was shocking as is. So, good win, but he's good enough to be a top 15 dude. He might be a top 15 dude sooner than we think, but overall he looked fine here, and he's just a decision machine. It's that simple. To talk about Morgan Charrière, no, I'm not gonna call him a fraud, because he's not. He's a great fighter, but he just can't beat the top dogs of the division. Look at his losses. Nathaniel Wood and Shepe Mariscal, 2 of the best fighters in the division who could easily be ranked top 15. So, who are we calling a fraud here? If your 2 losses are 2 dudes who could be borderline top 15, you're not a fraud. Not borderline, who should be in the top 15, you're not a fraud. So, and he is a good fighter. He looked slow as shit here, though. He looked so slow compared to Nathaniel, which is kind of shocking, since he's looked really fast before. So, that's kind of shocking. But I think Morgan has hit his ceiling in UFC. He can beat these lower to bad fighters, but he's not going to be beating these top guys, which is fine. He's not a he's not a fraud, but he's not a top contender. He can beat your fucking Sungwoo Choi's and your goddamn Kyle Nelsons, but he's not going to beat fucking Steve Garcia and Gene Silva. You dig? So, I like Morgan. I still think he's very talented, but he has a ceiling, and I think he's hit it pretty quickly in the UFC. He's not a fraud, but he's not a bad fighter either. So, he's just fighting better fighters. Again, Shepe and Nathaniel Wood are some pretty damn good losses, and he probably should have won the Shepe fight. So, he's a good fighter still, but he just looked off this fight. He looked so goddamn slow. I think that knockdown really fucked him up mentally. And, we'll see how he bounces back. He'll probably go back to beating pretty lower level guys, and we'll see how he bounces back. So, see what happens. He's not a fraud. Don't start that shit. The last thing I'll say about this super disappointing fight is who should Nathaniel Wood fight next. I think the fight that makes the most sense for him is Super Sadiq. I don't know if that makes sense, since Sadiq Yusuf hasn't done shit since UFC 300, and who else would Nathaniel fight? Duo Choi should fight Cub Swanson. Hyder and Emil should fight Nate Landwehr. Caceres wouldn't make a lot of sense. Garcia and Shepe are gonna be probably fighting Edson and Cavalcater. So that leaves very little options, and I think the best option left standing, and the only one really, is Sadiq Yusuf. So, Nathaniel Wood, Sadiq Yusuf, good fight, makes sense, book it. I think Nathaniel wins that fight pretty easily, so, but again, even more, book it. And then for Morgan, like I said, you can go have him fight like fucking, I don't know, who's a shitty fighter he could beat up? Like fucking Jack Jenkins or Sung Woo Choi. Yeah, everyone likes knocking out Sung Woo Choi. So, someone along those lines on the next Paris card. Get him back on track and then see where he goes from there. So, I think he's hit his ceiling, but he's still a good, entertaining fighter. So, not very much to say about the main card opener. Good one for Nathaniel Wood, even if it was not a great fight, and he is a decision machine. He's still very talented. And who should he fight next? I like him and Sadiq Yusuf. I think that would be a good fight. Makes a lot of sense. Wood should win that fight. And probably get him in the top 15. So, good fight between two great fighters, but one was greater than the other. That one was Nathaniel Wood. Good win, decision machine. After that, we go to our second main card fight of the night, the upset of the main card. And I'm not going to say a lot here, because it was shocking and kind of annoying to see this fight go down like this. As in our second fight of the main card, we head back up to lightweight for a fight between Chris Duncan versus Jordan Vucenic. How do you look worse with a full camp? Is the main thing I gotta say after this fight, because Jordan Vucenic looked fucking awful. Long story short, Duncan dropped Vucenic in round 1, laid on him the rest of the round after that, and then round 2, they started on feet. Vucenic was doing okay, eventually shot in for a takedown, which was fucking stupid. It gets reversed, and eventually late in the round, he gets gillied, taps, and that's it. How do you look worse on a full camp? I don't get it. I don't fucking get it, but whatever. I don't know what to say. Good upset win by Chris Duncan. I still don't think he's that good, but he looked good here. Jordan, what the fuck? Not very much to say. It was a knockdown and then a lot of grappling, which at least we got a finish, so... Good job, Jordan. You fuck. Chris, not gonna say much. Good one for Chris Duncan. He didn't look too bad. I still don't think he's that great, but he didn't look bad here. Long story short, who should he fight next? He already made the fight for me. Him and Terrence McKinney. 2 years in the making. Let's get that rebooked, because it'd be a really good fight. I don't know if they're gonna get it in Miami, because that's a few weeks away. But, yeah, probably not much long after that, so... I can't wait to see this fight. It's gonna be really damn good. So, I think Duncan gets that glass chin broken again. And then for Jordan Vucenic, how do you look worse on a full camp, dude? I just don't get it. Like, how do you look worse on a full camp? I don't know. So, now he's in a tough position. He probably should just go back down to featherweight. But at this point, the damage has been done. You suck. So... Not very much else to say. Good one for Chris Duncan. Good upset win for Chris Duncan. Him and Kauê Fernandes. Definitely some parlay busters tonight. And who should he fight next? I like him and Terrence McKinney. That fight makes a lot of sense. They want it. The fans want it. Book it. And Jordan, how do you look worse on a full camp? How? How's that fucking possible? But also, how ass is Guram? So never mind. That makes sense. Good one for Chris Duncan. Good upset. After that, we get to the nitty-gritty, the meat and potatoes of this card, as we head into our third fight of the main card, going back down to the strawweight division. We had our other debutant of the card, our second women's fight of the card, with Alexia Thainara versus Molly McCann. Well, this is a normal Molly McCann fight. She got taken down not long after the fight started and guillotined at the, or rear naked choked, at the end of the round. Yeah, pretty normal. Again, not a lot to say here. Alexia, they did a little bit of striking. Eventually, she said, "Yeah, I'm just gonna beat you now." Took her down, subbed her at the end of round 1. Being boom, done, simple. Let's talk about Alexia. Great debut. Can't really look much better than that. Quick, easy win against a veteran on very short notice. Alexia did step in like a week or so ago for Silla Nunez, so a good win there. Good step in there, and now she put herself in a good position in the division in your UFC debut on short notice, beating a veteran that the UFC loves and Molly McCann like that. Impressive. She didn't get a good fight. She didn't get a good second fight that you would hope. So let's see how good Alexia is, because she looked great here. 27 years old, 12-1, very experienced, starting her career for being so young, and we'll see how far she can go in the UFC. Yeah, Strawweight looks like they got another good prospect on their hands. Not gonna put her in the conversation yet of a top 15 or anything, but she's not far outside of it now. And that's after one fight, so we'll see how far Alexia can go. She has the size, the grappling, striking's not awful. See how far she can go. But on the talks of going, the road for Molly McCann ends here. The last time we get to talk about the meatball, she has retired. I'm a little shocked and I'm not at the same time. I am because I didn't expect it. I don't think anyone did. But she is 34 years old. She is 1-4 in her last 5. She is getting older and she's just not a good fighter. So, not a lot you could say about Molly. 7-7 in the UFC from 2018 through 2025. She didn't have a bad career at all. But she's never a great fighter. If Patty Pimblett ever came to the UFC, she would still be on Apex prelims. She's not some great fighter. Her best wins are what? Cachoeira, Lipski, and Carolina. Mainly Carolina because of the knockout. She never really beat anyone that great. She lost to Jillian Robertson in her debut. Talia Santos, Lara Frentz somehow, Stolyarenko somehow, Bruna, Alexia. She never really was able to break that glass ceiling. I'm not gonna lie and say Molly Mania in 2022 was not awesome. It was fun as shit. I loved it. We all did. Molly's a likable person. Way more likable than Patty. But she's just not good. Her striking's okay. She has good power. She has a good heart. But on the ground, she's lost. She's just lost on the ground, and that was her weakness from the beginning, and it's gonna be her weakness. It was her weakness from the start, and it's what kills her in the end. So, enjoy retirement, Molly. Thank you for the moments, and enjoy retirement. So, Molly Mania in 2023 was awesome, but outside of that, not a lot great to harp on in her career. So, but still, as always, enjoy retirement, Meatball. Thank you for the memories. Excuse me. Only thing I have to say now is, who should they fight next? For Alexia, if she wants to just retire fighters, and I think this fight makes sense anyway, let's see her fight Karolina Kowalkiewicz, a veteran of the division, someone the UFC wants to retire already. Let's do it. Because outside of that, who would she fight? Everyone down here is not, kind of pointless. And then the only other fights you can make are either her and Sam Hughes or Pierre Rodriguez. And I don't think either of those two fights really make any sense. So let's see Alexia fight Karolina. Well, let's see her retire Karolina, because if Karolina loses again, she's either getting cut or retired. So let's see it. Karolina, Alexia, book it. So pretty damn simple, in my opinion. I think I like that fight more than Sam Hughes or Pierre fucking Rodriguez. So, book it. Not very much else to say. Decent, quick fight. It's nothing new for a Molly McCann fight. She can get taken down and subbed pretty easily in her UFC career in a nutshell. And who should Alexia fight next? Let's see her and Karolina Kowalkiewicz, since she wants to retire some old fighters. So let's retire Karolina next. So, good win for Alexia. Great debut. Got a bonus, which is always a good thing. And let's see her retire another veteran. Molly, enjoy retirement. Thank you for the memories. And see you around, Meatball. After that, we head to our fourth fight of the main card. We get to the big three of the card as we begin a new welterweight division for our last trip to the welterweight division tonight, of course, as we head into our fourth fight of the main card between Kevin Holland versus Gunnar Nelson. This fight was pretty bad. In round one was the highlights of the fight because Gunnar got dropped at the end of the round. Kevin Holland was hanging on Gunnar like a fucking monk, like a backpack. What the fuck else happened though? Outside of those two moments, what happened? A debatable decision. Like, I think Gunnar won this fight because he was able to keep Holland down for 2 rounds, but I guess Holland's little push kicks and fucking elbows on the ground won him the fight, which I'm not upset about. I wanted Kevin Holland to win. Who doesn't like Kevin Holland? But I don't think he won this fight. But I'm okay with it because, again, when Kevin Holland wins a fight, you know it's a good card. So I'm not upset. You gotta do more than just hold a guy down, and Gunnar Nelson couldn't do much more than that. So good win for Kevin Holland, if I don't agree with the decision. But too bad the fight was pretty boring after round 1. So after the knockdown and the meme, there's not very much more to go off of. Round 2 and 3 was Gunnar just throwing Holland down and getting kicked up at for 10 minutes. So pretty boring fight. Nothing to write home about. Could have been better, should have been better, but what can you expect with a guy who never fights and a guy who only fights? So, not much else you can say. Not gonna say much about the fighters, because what was there to say? Kevin Holland, I'm not gonna waste time giving him a fight idea, because he fights so often, what would be the point? He doesn't even know what weight class he's gonna fight in next. He's gonna just sign whatever contract they hand him. But good win here, getting his first one of the year, or in his second fight of the year already. He might break his own record, because it's only March and he already has 2 fights down, even in his fucking... It's funny, if you really look at it, he didn't start his 2020 streak till May. That's insane. He had 3 fights between September and December. So, he might smash his own record, to be honest. So, he didn't take really much damage in this fight. He can fight at middleweight anytime he wants. He might break his own record. So, and maybe I was wrong. His body's not slowing down because he looked good in this fight. Still, don't think he won, but he did not look bad in this fight at all. And we'll see how far the Trailblazer can go in 2025 if he can break the most fights record and whatever else. So. We'll see what happens, man. We'll really see what happens with the Trailblazer. Again, no point giving him a fight idea, because who knows when, where, or who he's gonna fight. Like, he might be fighting at light heavyweight before we fucking know it, so... That's why we love Kevin Holland. That's why I'm okay with the decision being questionable, because who is not happy to see Kevin Holland win a fight? To talk about his opponent, Gunnar Nelson, it's as simple as this, and I think I even said this in the breakdown. If you're not gonna stay active, retire, especially since he's lost a step since we saw him in 2023. In 2022, 2023, he still looked good. He looks washed here. His striking is non-existent. His grappling ain't as good as it was. He's 36, soon to be 37 years old. He never fights. And unless he stays active, which is unlikely, retire. There's no point to stick around and come back in 2027 or 2026. Retire. If you're not going to stay active. So, it's that simple. You had a good UFC career. You couldn't stay active after a while, and now you're time to retire. 10 and 6 in the UFC. Could have been worse. Could have been better. It happens. Enjoy retirement. Done. So, or again, if he wants to come back and stay active, I have no problem with that. But do it. I don't want to see you get a fight booked in fucking June 2026. It's like, dude, just fucking retire at that point. What's the point? So, we'll see what happens with Gunnar, and stay active or retire. It's that simple. not much else to say. Again, not gonna give a fight idea to one guy because he fights so often, and I can give an idea to the other guy because he never fights. So, we'll see what the fuck happens. Good win for Kevin Holland. Always happy to see Kevin Holland win a fight. And, Gunnar, good to see you back, but it's time, man. It's time to hang the gloves up. Not very much else to say. Good win for Kevin Holland in a pretty bad fight. And, we'll see what happens next with the Trailblazer. Now we get to the co-main event of the evening. Another fight with a decision y'all are crying about, even though I think they got it right. As in our co-main event of the evening in the light heavyweight division, we had a top 7 battle between Carlos Ulberg versus Jan Blachowicz. Another decision people are crying about, and another decision I think the judges got right, because how did Ulberg not win this fight? Jan did fuck nothing. Long story short, this fight was boring as fuck. They took the word kickboxing too literally and only threw kicks for 15 minutes. Yeah, and Ulberg won this fight. It's not rocket science. He was the better fighter for 15 minutes, and Jan was not. Being nice, Jan Blachowicz won round 2. Outside of that, Ulberg won this fight. It's pretty fucking clear. So, y'all can cry about it all you want, but Ulberg won this fight. It's that simple. Yeah, he beat Unk pretty soundly. So, I don't know what you want me to say. Yeah, the Pierre fight, you can make a better case for the Pierre fight going Jan's way than this. Because this did not go Jan's way at all. He lost this fight. So, boring. And it was boring anyway. Who gives a fuck? So, boring fight. I wish they threw more punches, since these two are known for having good power. But they just want to kick each other in the thighs a bunch of times, which was fucking stupid. So, pretty bad fight. Wish it was better, but what the fuck can you do? And, yeah, boring kickboxing match. I should just say kicking match, because they didn't box, they kicked. So, boring fight. What do you want me to say? To talk about the clear winner of this fight, Carlos Ulberg, 8-1 now in UFC on a 7-fight winning streak, I believe. Or is it 8? Oh, 8 in a row. Yeah, he's gonna fight Yuri next, and the winner of that gets a title shot. It's pretty obvious. I don't know what else he would do. He's not going to fight, goddamn. He's not going to get a title shot. He's not going to jump Yuri. He has to beat Yuri first. And I don't know if he can beat Yuri. That's a good debate. I don't know if he can beat Yuri, but I'm down to see that fight. I can't wait to see that fight. So, we're gonna find out if he can beat Yuri. There's only one way to find out. That's have him fight him. So, we'll see. We'll fucking see what happens with Ulberg. Again, he's gonna fight Yuri. Not, like, what else would he do? So, book it. It's that simple. Good win for Ulberg, 8 in a row now. Kid's good. Kid's fucking good. I don't know if he's gonna win the belt. I don't think he can beat Hank. I don't think he can beat Alex. And I don't know if he can beat Yuri. We're gonna find out, though. And then for Jan, it's time, man. Retire. You're 42 years goddamn old. Retire. Shit. But if he does want to keep fighting, we'll talk about that in a second. So, not very much more to say. Just retire. I don't got anything to say about a 42-year-old fighter. The only thing you should be telling him is retire. That's what I'm telling him, because retire. So, yeah. Not very much else to say. Who should they fight next? Again, Carlos Ulberg and Yuri's pretty much a given. How do you not do that fight? Yuri's ranked number 2. Ulberg's going to be ranked number 3. Winner gets a title shot. Well, Ank and Pierre rematch. Simple. And then for Jan, he should fight the winner of Hill Khalil Roundtree if he wants to stay around and fight. That would make the most sense. And, yeah. Pretty simple shit there. So, not very much more to say. Pretty boring fight. I didn't expect some fucking fight of the year contender, but I expected better than 2 fucking ginormous light heavyweights kicking each other in the goddamn foot 100 times. but whatever. A bunch of ankle kicks is all we got. So what the fuck do you expect? Not much else to say though. Boring co-main event. The right guy won because, you know, he won the fight clearly. And who should they fight next? I like Carlos Ulberg versus Yuri Prochazka. And I like Jan Bokovic versus the winner of Khalil and Jamal Hill in a few weeks. Ulberg, Yuri. Talked about that enough. Winner gets a title shot. Jan, if Hill wins, Jan will get an easy bounce back fight. If Khalil wins, yeah, Jan's getting sent to retirement badly. So, yeah, not very much else to say. Good one for Ulberg. Boring fight and disappointing co-main event. And even though I didn't expect the banger, I expected a little bit better than ankle kicks for 15 minutes. So, whatever. And now we move to our main event of the evening. I guess I lied. Even when I'm trying to go quickly, I still talk for an hour. My bad. As in our main event of the evening in the welterweight division. Not gonna waste a lot of time here because I don't give a fuck about what happened here, and it was enjoyable. We had to end UFC London 2025. Sean Brady versus Leon Edwards. Are we shocked? Like, we knew Brady was gonna do this, right? For 3 rounds, Brady ragdolled Leon, and then in round 4, he submitted him. Simple. After the submission part, we knew this was gonna happen, right? Like, Leon sucks. When are y'all gonna learn that Leon Edwards is a dog shit fighter? He's never been good. He'll never be good. He's not good. Like, fuck. I don't think Sean Brady's good either, but he's better than Leon Edwards, who's dog shit. So, it's that simple. Leon's a joke. He's never been good, and he'll never be good. So, it's that simple. Sean Brady sucks also, but he's better. Simple. Simple main event, as predicted. We all knew this was going to happen, and now we gotta see what happens next. I think the thing that makes most sense is Sean Brady versus Joe Quinn Buckley, with Shavkat fighting the winner of Bumwall JDM. That leaves Brady with not many options, so he should fight Joe Quinn Buckley. The winner gets a title shot. If Usman wants to keep ducking, that's fine. It's time to see JDM. It's time to see Buckley and Sean Brady. So, cool. Simple. I don't give a fuck who Leon fights. Hopefully he gets cut. That's what should happen, because he's a pathetic excuse for a fighter. And, good one for Sean Brady. But I'll always enjoy watching Leon Edwards get beat up. And, yeah, that's that. Shitty fighters. A can beat a can. I said it on Twitter, and I stand by that. A can beat a can. What does that mean? Sean Brady beat Leon Edwards. So, yeah. Shitty fighters. Sean Brady versus Joe Quinn Buckley. Book it. Finally, I can say, boom. That was the card. That was the recap to go over how I did on picks. I got 5 right, even though I think I got 4 right, because I don't think I got Padilla right, but fuck you up. Well, actually, I did get 5 right, because Tomar won by knockout, so I did get 5 right. For the ones I got wrong, I'm happy I got it wrong. No one predicted Vucenic and Guram to lose. No, Parkin and Fletcher could have both easily got that decision, and Charrière was a 50-50 fight, so I shrug my shoulders and say, shit happens. A lot of weird things happen on this card that no one predicted, and that's fine. I'm not upset. Not happy, but what do you want me to do? I'm not going to cry over spilled milk or a bad night of picks. We'll move on to the next. The bonuses, there were 4 performance bonuses. 2, Sean Brady, Kevin Holland, Alexia, and Sean Bannon. I would have took Holland shouldn't have got 1, and Bannon shouldn't have got 1. It should have been Sean Brady, Alexia, and Chris Duncan probably, or actually it should have just been Alexia and Sean Brady. So no fight of the night. The closest thing you got would have been Lonnie and Felipe. So I would only gave up 2 bonuses to Sean and Alexia. Outside that, no one earned it. And fight of the night, you could have gave it to Lonnie, but even that was not a fight of the night worthy fight in my opinion. So what do you expect? Second to last thing, The chopping block, there is no one, but there is a retirement block. Not going to throw Molly on it because she already did retire, but the retirement block, first time I got to do this on the video, should be Jan Blachowicz and Gunnar Nelson, as predicted. Jan, it's time. You're 42. Retire. Gunnar Nelson, if you're not going to stay active, retire. It's that simple. So I doubt they will retire, but they should. Outside of that, not a lot to say. The last thing is, if you missed the card, what should you go back and rewatch? None of it. Lonnie, if you're bored. Alexia, and the main event, if you like watching Leon Edwards get beat up. Outside of those three things, I wouldn't rewatch any of this shit. Like, no, not really. Fuck no, fuck no, fuck no, no. Maybe to judge it, see if they got it right. No, 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 and no. So yeah, Brady, Alexia, and Lonnie would be the only thing that I would even consider rewatching for fun. Besides that, for enjoyment, I should say. Besides that, I don't want to remember this card. I won't remember this card. It was a joke. The worst fucking card they've had in London post-pandemic. Why is it snowing in the poster? I just realized that. I don't think why is it snowing? And, well, I guess if I have to give this card a rating, because I tried to do that, fuck, I would say 3.5 out of 10, maybe? Yeah, I'd probably give it 3.5 out of 10. It was pretty terrible. Judging was bad, fights were bad, no knockouts, 4 submissions only. Boring fights, shitty fights, and London, you deserved better. We'll see if Mexico gets any better next week when we go to Mexico for Brandon Moreno versus Steve Erceg. You'll hear me break that down Friday, like always, and recap that hopefully earlier on Sunday. Sorry for the late recap. A lot of bullshit happened. Like I said, I'm going to try and do quicker recaps. I know this was an hour and 11 minutes, but still shorter than it could have been. And hopefully y'all don't mind a shorter recap. So, and hopefully I'll get it out earlier next week, I swear to God. So, still got it out before 10 p.m. So I'm not that upset, but should have got it out sooner. I think I got it out before 10 p.m. It just hit 9. I don't know if I'll be able to get this out in an hour. We'll see. What I do know is, either way, I do this for y'all, and I hope y'all can appreciate that a tiny bit, because I appreciate every single one of you, no matter what. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, 100 subs goal by the end of the year. And also, I'm forgetting to say something if you don't think I am. Again, I hope you enjoyed the very late, hopefully a little bit quicker video. And as always, this is a little shorter than the almost 2-hour breakdown. As always, RX, finally, I don't have to record this bullshit again, hopefully. Out. Good vibes, only, and always.